This is a film that takes place over the course of about 20 years. It's about the rise of French house music. If you're not familiar with French house music, these are performers like Daft Punk and Cassius. And when these records started coming out in the late 1990s, I remember kind of being very glad that I'd taken a French higher at school, because they were incredibly sort of dissolutely sophisticated and kind of spoke of these wild nights out in Paris that, someone in the film describes the music as being placed exactly halfway between euphoria and melancholia, and that's really a perfect description of that particular sound. It's also a very good description of the film. And I think what Mia Hansen-Løve's trying to do is evoke the spirit of the music, whereby, if you take a Daft Punk record, you can listen to that basically constantly on repeat because of the way in which it's structured. It kind of sets up a little musical conflict and then promises to resolve it and then takes it away. It just feeds it back into the conflict. So you've got this kind of looping rhythm and looping chord structure that doesn't ever kind of let you go. And the idea of this film is you've got a DJ whose name is Paul, who's played by the young French, actually not a professional actor, called Félix de Givry, who plays this DJ, and he gets caught up in the movement. And like these records, he just keeps turning and turning and turning while his friends kind of come and go. They get older, they take on responsibilities, get quote unquote proper jobs, settle down, have kids. Greta Gerwig plays this American novelist that he gets together with early in the film. She drifts away. Then when he meets her again in New York many years later, she's suddenly pregnant. And this is this idea that life is passing him by because he's always kind of in the eye of the party. One of the interesting things about the film is that he, although it's set over about 20 years, he doesn't age. And that's very much the spirit of the movie. It's just this suspension.
When the Culture Show first started, I did a report about the rise of computer graphic animation, in which we had hand-drawn animators worrying that actually their art form was going to be lost, but quite the opposite has happened.
I'm sorry, this was the point at which I started going, then comrades come rally. Sorry, okay? As for the rest of them,
What was that?
That's the Internationale.